Hello, my fellow dirt road travelers. Well, it's that time of year. Winter 4x4 Jamboree is upon us. So we're going to go through everything we do to get ready for it. All right, come along with us. All right, guys. So like I said, it is time for Winter 4x4 Jamboree. And guess what? We have 3 days to prepare. It's like, oh, I don't know, around 3 o'clock. And we have almost a week's worth of stuff to put on it. So in Dirt Road Journey style, we're waiting until the last minute. But we thought we'd take you along with all the prep that we do to get ready for Winter 4x4 Jamboree. So Nate, what do we got?
We have the Next Adventure skids. We have the anti-rock sway bars. We have Westin rear bumper, Westin tube fenders, super winch, 12,000 pound winch for the front. We have the Apex power steering kit.
And
I know
taser.
I'm missing some stuff. We have a taser. We have the Westin wind deflectors.
So basically a whole lot of parts and not a whole lot of time. So let me show you some of the parts laid out and then we'll get ready and tear in this build. All right, guys. So right from the beginning, we have the bumper. We have all the fenders from Westin. This is like a rain guard, right? For the windows?
Yes.
Sorry, I don't have all the boxes laid out and I can't see all the pictures. We have our anti-rocks to put on. We have the winch. We have the sliders from Next Venture. Yeah, guys, we got a lot of stuff to get onto the Gladiator. So our first step, we're gonna make her naked. We're removing all these fenders. It's the last time you guys are gonna see the extremely sad fender. It's going bye-bye. Nate, no more whacking fenders with trees.
Well, at least these ones will hold up.
Yeah. And we're gonna have to remove the bumper to get in there for the power steering and to get the new winch on. And we're replacing the rear bumper in the back. So let's get to it. Let's start tearing into it. All right, guys. So if you ever have to remove your fenders, there's just a few screws underneath. I know the fender is full of mud right now, but I'll show you. So there are just a few screws in there. You need a 10 millimeter to get them off. And there's a few plastic clips. So I'm gonna get in there and start tearing into it. Nate, what are you working on?
I'm pulling the grill and the front bumper. And then we're gonna unplug the winch and all the lights and stuff and take the bumper off so we can put the new winch in and the Apex power steering cooler because it goes back here behind the grill.
All right, so we're gonna start ripping and tearing. All three of us are working on it. We're here at Grandpa Steve's shop right now. Grandpa Steve is over back there working on everything. So we're gonna just start ripping into her. All right, guys, so if you're removing the fenders, these little plastic clips are gonna be the bane of your existence. They are impossible to pull out and they break super easy. Right now I'm going through and I'm just cutting them all off the best I possibly can just to get them to come out. And even then, oh, this is kind of hard to do it one-handed. I see why Nate always complains when I ask him to film while he's working on the Gladiator. And pulling them off, but guys, these clips are a pain in the butt. We got all the fenders off. Looking kind of naked. We can't put on the front fenders yet because Nate's still got a lot of work to do up front, but I'm gonna go and start popping on rear fenders right now. And let me show you, they are from Westin. They're all wrapped up and beautiful still. Hopefully we can keep them that way for a while, but no promises made. We wheel all the time. But, ooh, doggies. Let me get these all unwrapped and I'll show you what one looks like. All right, guys, so there is the rear fender. Let me tell you, they're beefy and heavy duty. So let's get these fenders on. Wish me luck. Okay, so the first step of installing the fenders, Westin gives you this nice little double-sided tape. I've already started sticking it on. So you just stick it on in between all the holes in the fender itself. This one's not stuck yet, obviously. But yeah, so we're just gonna keep going with all my double-sided tape and get that stuck up. And then afterwards, you just start bolting it on. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so we decided to put the weather stripping on just because our wrap doesn't go all the way down. Right now, Nate is putting it on. When you get to the corners, you're gonna put like a little notch triangle in them to help them bend around the corner. And then you're gonna have to punch some holes in for where all the screws go. Also, guys, another little tip with the weather stripping. If you look at this side, it's kind of flat. And then on the other side, there is a deeper groove to the weather stripping. The deeper groove part will go onto the fender itself, so it lays flush with the Gladiator or whatever you're installing it on. All right, guys, this is another example of what I'm talking about. Do you see how this side off to the left-hand side is a little bit flatter, and on the right-hand side right here, that top tube of the weather stripping sticks out just a little bit farther. This side is going to go on your vehicle, and this side is going to go onto the fender. All right, guys, so as you're working on the rear fender, you're gonna come across this funky piece. It has a little edge on it. This piece belongs right here on the fender, right next to the weather stripping by the cab. You're gonna have to remove these little plastic clips that are holding the fender on. This one I've already removed. And then you're going to bolt this piece into place. So I got that bracket installed. As you notice, the little cut in goes into it. The first time I installed it, of course, I wasn't paying attention and I flipped it. It goes this way. Just help yourself out on that one. The next spot is just bolting it on. Most of the bolt holes line right up. So I'm gonna get to it and start bolting it on. All right, so most of these are just gonna line right up, and then you just start bolting it on. So this is what the fender looks like, all done and completed. All right, guys, so it has gotten really dark outside. Nate is still struggling to get this front bumper apart. I didn't realize it was in so many parts to take it apart. So Nate, how do you feel about taking it apart?
This is the most complicated front bumper I've ever removed. I don't understand why there's so many covers. You can't just get to the bolts. You have to pull every piece off to take it off, unless I'm missing something, but I don't think so.
So Nate's gonna struggle a little bit longer with that. Our whole goal for today was to remove the front bumper, remove the fenders, get the rear fenders on, and possibly set it up to start putting on all the front components and then skid plates. So we're still struggling. We're still trying to get everything on and together. Woohoo! Finally, you got it out. Do you feel accomplished now?
So, there's a lot of stuff to go still.
Do you want to open the super winch and show everybody what it looks like?
Yep.
All right, so what winch do we got?
We have a 12,000 pound super winch. I think it's called an SX12.
That's a big boy. Yeah, so now everybody who gets stuck when they go out with us, we're going to be able to get everybody out and all those Subies.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't put it on backwards.
Oh no. Oh. Look at that. Now all you have to do is install it.
Yeah, nothing to it but to do all the rest of it.
All right, guys, it is the next day. We had to call it. I started to freeze. It dropped to the, I don't know, high 30s last night. It was really cold. But Nate is currently putting on the Rock Jock sway bar. How's it going, Nate?
I didn't follow directions, so now I'm doing it again.
What's your saying?
You know, I learned from Fabrats that they do it nice because they do it twice. Well, the same applies here, I guess, on the Dirt Road Journey channel.
So he is currently reinstalling it. I did get all
The rear fenders on. I still have to do the front fenders, but I'm kind of waiting for Nate to get out of my area so I can kind of install those. But
we're turning and burning. Hopefully we get this all done. We still have to put on the rear bumper. Nate, what else did you have to put on?
Rear anti-rock.
Rear anti-rock.
Skids.
Skids. Oh, we got a lot. So this is day 2. We have all of today and a little bit of tomorrow before we head out to Winter 4x4 Jamboree. And we should be out there on Tuesday. Hopefully this video will be dropping then. But all right, guys, let's get back at it.
all right, Nate. So what do you got going on?
Just putting the anti-rocks on.
So right now you're trying to adjust it to fit, right?
Yeah, so I just want to see what length I need these things at. There's a really complicated formula that I'm not going to use, so just going to kind of wing it.
Sometimes as a mechanic, you just have to do that, right?
Yeah, you're supposed to measure up travel and down travel and figure it out, but
we don't got time for that.
I don't got time for that.
On a side note, guys, if you do ever have your vehicle jacked up, a little safety tip, you can put a tire underneath in case ever your jack stand slips out from under you. The tire in the rim will help stop it from at least bashing your head in. So save those tires, put them underneath your rigs while you're working on them.
Alright guys, sorry this video is kind of like jumping around, but we are in a mad dash to try to get the Gladiator up and running. Today is Sunday, we have Monday, but we still got to get completely packed and ready to go on Monday and set up the ranch and get all the animals ready, all the feed and everything. So yeah, if you can hear the panic in my voice, we're almost there. Nate has got the anti-rocks on. What else did you get on, Nate?
I only got the front anti-rock on.
Oh.
I still have the back to do.
Yeah.
Right now I just put the cooler on for the Apex power steering kit. I just have to get the hoses, so I had to cut out the stock lines and then put in the hoses to the cooler.
Okay, now do you want to tell the people why we went with Apex?
Because Grandpa Steve put it on and it worked pretty good, and it's a lot less than going with like a PSC full hydro kit.
Even though it's freaking cool.
Oh yeah, I would love to have a PSE hydro kit, but right now this utilizes the stock electric pump and just bumps up the pressure a little bit, and then puts in the cooler for more volume of fluid. I mean, if you guys see on the trails, the longer you're wheeling, the harder it is to turn because everything starts to overheat. This will keep it a lot cooler and keep that from happening.
All right, guys. So we're going to keep at it. We'll keep updating you as we keep going with this build. Hopefully we get some more stuff on today. All right, guys. So we are here on day 3. It's our last day to get all the parts on before Winter 4x4 Jamboree.
Nate, do you want to run down all the things we've gotten done so far?
We have all 4 fenders on. We have the winch mounted, but the power wires are not run yet. We have the power steering upgrade done with the cooler and the booster. We have the front anti-rock on.
The new headlights?
The new headlights in. I don't know.
And
I
a
think,
whole list of stuff.
I think that's it that we have done, but I have just as many things to do still, so
Yeah.
it's not looking good. It's gonna be a late night.
We still have boxes and bumpers and all kinds of stuff to still put on.
It's gonna come down to the wire. There's gonna be some stuff I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to leave off on this, but it's kind of like one of those things before you go do anything super fun. You try to get everything done at the last minute, and that's kind of our style. But yeah, we're gonna keep chugging along and try and get some more parts on.
Alright guys, so it's 10 minutes to midnight on the day before we're supposed to leave to drive out to Sand Hollow. Got the winch installed, got the Apex steering kit installed, got the front anti-rock installed, all the fenders installed. Gonna have to relocate the washer bottle to make the inner fender liners fit, so we're gonna wait on that, so we have no inner fender liners right now. Didn't get to the rear bumper, partially installed the rear anti-rock, but just ran out of time. So we're going to take it the way it is, and then we'll do some more upgrades when we come back. But you guys know the drill. We're tired, hungry, and dirty, and that's going to be the end of this dirt road journey. Bye, guys.